So, you're trying to make your company or organization more sustainable. Perhaps you're on a mission to reduce waste or carbon, or improve its approach to ethical risks. Whatever you're trying to do, as a champion for change, you're going to need help. Getting things done to make your company or organization more sustainable requires team effort, and this means you're going to need to engage with others and persuade and convince them to get involved and support the efforts. In this video, we're going to cover getting permission for the changes you want to make, how different people will react, how to manage and motivate people to support your changes, do something different or do something familiar to help embed your change program, and 2 things you'll need to be successful. You might need some permission or at least endorsement of what you're trying to do. Who is the senior management that people look up to? Who can help you with that? It might be an actual physical piece of paper, or a permission slip with a signature that you can use to refer back to when times get tough, or a tacit agreement from the bosses. There might be a budget for resources, training, tools, people even you'll need to get agreement for and then manage. Getting permission usually involves building a business case for change. The What, So What, Now What model, by Rolf et al., might be a useful technique to consider. This addresses what the issues you need to solve are, why they are important, and importantly what you are recommending we do about them. Next, it's important to identify some grassroots supporters. People who are going to help you actually do the changes. Find out who is supportive and use their enthusiasm to help you. Middle management may also help, but also hinder your progress. It's important to identify those who are supportive. We call them the oilers, those who will prevent change. We call them the blockers. You can work on persuading the blockers about the benefits of your mission, and use the permission slip you got from senior management to help overcome any objections. You can also identify how your program ties into existing programs. If people are already doing something, then adding a step to an existing process is usually much easier to implement and more successful than a whole new standalone requirement. How will people react? People react to change in different ways. The kubler-ross model, originally developed to explain the grieving process, also identifies how people react to change. People might react initially with shock, "I can't believe you're asking me to do that," or denial, "It's not happening. If I ignore this, it will go away." Stages in the middle of the chart are highly negative emotions. People might get angry and blame you, "It's all your fault," or become a bit depressed, "It's all too much, I can't cope." Eventually, people should shift into more positive emotions, acceptance of the change, and then integrating it into everything they do. As a change agent, you want to move your people as quickly as possible through these stages to acceptance and integration. If too many of the people you are working with languish in the middle stages, this might stop you being successful in the changes you are seeking to make. So, how do you motivate people to change? Motivation is all about getting people to take action, so don't be vague. Ask them to get involved and explain exactly what you need, by when and why. Explaining the bigger picture lets others see how their contributions will matter and provides the context needed to make better decisions about how to accomplish tasks. Limit the amount of time or effort you're asking for if you can. This makes it easier for people to get involved and make it seem less like an impossible task. Share in the sacrifice. Good leaders don't ask people to do things they wouldn't be prepared to do themselves. By getting involved with the team and taking part, you'll encourage others to participate. Appeal to their emotions. Fear focuses people's attention and can be an effective motivator. But if you keep resorting to fear, you'll end up demotivating people. People are also motivated by and prefer to be motivated by positive emotions like excitement, pride, a sense of belonging, and the thrill of achievement. Inspire people. This involves changing the way people think and feel about themselves so that they want to take positive actions. It taps into people's values and desires. You can do this in different ways. One is to be the change you want to inspire. Your character and behavior, and ultimately your reputation, will inspire people more than anything else. Tell a story. Use anecdotes and stories to engage and inspire others. Stories don't tell people what to do. They engage people's emotions and imaginations, and show people what they are capable of becoming or of doing. Trust people. Empower people to do the right thing. Give them the autonomy to decide how the work will be done within certain parameters. Give them ownership, but make sure they know you are available for questions. Challenge them. People aren't inspired by doing the ordinary or by meeting expectations. They're inspired by the exertion, creativity, and sacrifice needed to exceed what they themselves thought possible. Recognize and reward them. Thank people sincerely and praise them publicly. Rewards don't have to be financial. A simple thank you or a heartfelt message can go a long way to winning people over. Sometimes, to stand out from the crowd, you're going to need to do something different. Here's an example of a promotional campaign to encourage recycling of mobile phones by dressing up as a gorilla to hand out leaflets. Why the gorilla, you might wonder? Well, people don't often see others wandering around the workplace in gorilla suits, so it provoked some interest. The reason for the gorilla was to identify the connection between coltan, a rare earth mineral which is often found in mobile phones, and the habitat of the gorillas, which includes Rwanda. By recycling your old mobile phone, you might help prevent the destruction of the gorilla's natural habitat. You can also use something familiar to help you. For example, many people have seen the A to G ratings used in energy efficiency labeling. This was repurposed as a rating system for measuring different construction projects, with a league table to encourage competition and improvement. Now you've got your sustainability change program underway. There are two important things you'll need to be successful. The first is make it visible. This means people are aware of what you're doing. Is it going well, or if not, what do people need to do about it? Do you measure it regularly, and are people aware of current performance against where you want to be? The second is to make it consequential. This could be monetary, like a reward for doing a good job, or a penalty for not achieving a goal, but it could also be non-financial. For example, being recognized as the top performer, or by winning an award, or embarrassment from not doing something. You can use these as motivation for people to engage with you further and help achieve success. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to be updated about new content. Please feel free to leave a comment to tell us and others what you thought about this video, or to leave your own tips on being a sustainability change agent.